There.
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
recording.
All right.
Yay!
Yay, we're out here.
Never do that again.
Yay, we're out here.
Do that. Read the entire story like that.
Yes, we'll do it like this.
This will be my voice.
This will be my voice.
Oh God.
I'm the villain.
Yay. Oh no! He gotta get
We
us.
just sound like a shitty children's show.
Hey, I mean,
It's like
there
the
you go.
chipmunks.
Yeah. We don't even need the fucking auto tune for that.
No. Anyway, okay.
I'm sorry. Could we change something? I can't see you.
Oh yeah, because the computer's on
Just
the lower table.
Scoot the computer over. Better?
Thank you. Yes.
Okay.
All right.
Now you can see
now
my
let's-
beautiful face.
Yes. Yes.
You're almost
I
as
love it.
ugly as a singer from
That's
Accept.
his O face, by the way.
Yes, this is the face I make.
Yes.
I squeeze my cheeks when I'm about to come.
That's your orgasm face.
Yeah, my O face is. I'm like, oh yeah.
Except when you actually orgasm, you don't need your hands.
Yes. Anyway, we ready this
Yeah.
time?
Francisco?
Yes, I'm ready.
Hello and welcome to the Ficaverse, episode 1. I'm Devin.
I am Carson.
And I'm Francisco.
Yeah, so here we are, and who the fuck are we, and what the fuck are we doing here?
That is a good question. I have no idea what I'm doing here. I kind of wandered into this house and I was told to sit down.
Yeah, I do that to all the homeless people.
Yeah.
Eventually, I just drag them into the podcasting studio and, do things to them.
Yes. I mean, it's kind of
I
weird
thought they
because you
did things
put.
to you.
Yeah, either way.
It's weird because you put clothes on me. Because I was just completely naked before this.
Well, I mean, nobody wants to see that.
Good point.
I mean, no, listen to me. Like, nobody wants to see that.
Hey, I don't even want to see that.
This is a
Anyway.
great start.
This is not what we're doing here.
It might be.
So let's talk about ourselves a little bit. I'm
Uh.
Devin. I am an ex-film student.
I guess you could say that you graduated, so.
Yeah, I'm a film school graduate.
Graduate?
Graduate.
Alumni would be the proper
No.
word.
No,
But
we're reading fanfics. All right, I get to make up my own fucking words.
I don't think it works like that. But whatever. I
Anyway,
guess.
that's me. I like reading shitty fan fiction and making fun of it, and
Do
also discussing how to make them better because
Mm-hmm.
I have nothing better to do with my life.
I don't think either of us have anything better to do then.
So yeah, who are you?
I am Carson. I am a animation school alumni. And I also like reading shitty fan fiction and making fun of them. In fact, I dragged these two assholes along with me to make this podcast.
Yeah. Oh, and this
And
is
we're very fortunate.
totally the first episode we've recorded.
Yes. This is the
Yes,
first
yes, it is.
episode we've recorded that we are recording at this moment as of recording. and I feel great.
Okay. Who's the other one? The third one.
The one with the strange
The
accent.
disembodied voice.
Yes.
So, I guess I'm the only one here that is still studying. I'm a college student.
What are you studying?
I am studying bioorganic chemistry.
Nice. That totally relates to this field that we're in
It
right now.
totally does, yes. If there are any science questions within the fan fictions, I will be the authority.
Yeah.
That's really the only reason I'm here. It's the only place in my life where I have any authority and control.
That's like deeply sad.
I know.
And where might thou be from?
Yes.
I am from and I am currently in Lisbon, Portugal.
Which is, for those who don't know, not an island.
It's in Europe.
No,
It's the part of Spain that is not Spain.
Yep, pretty much.
the old part that is not Spain at this point because they're going through stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, so now that that's out of the way, we have 3 fan fictions here to choose from, depending
Line
on
on
what
the table.
everybody is in the mood to read.
Yes.
So,
Okay, so the process for picking these, so we know, is all randomized. I pick them out. I do not read them ahead of time. I only read the title and the summary, and I choose them based on that.
Mm-hmm.
And so we don't know what we're going to get. It could be
No.
fucking hilarious. It could actually be good, and it could be just fucking boring.
Yeah. But yeah. Okay, we're not talking about that. Anyway.
Yeah. So I picked out 3 in 3 different categories, I guess you could say, to choose from. All 3 of them had very interesting summaries, I guess you could say.
Well, okay. Let's do it this way. Tell us the 3 subjects, right?
3 subjects.
Yeah, or what each of them is based on. And
All
we
right.
will choose which one we want to read based on that.
All right, so the first one is based on the Teen Titans cartoon series.
Which one?
The one from 2003, I think it was.
Oh, okay, so the
2003,
good one.
2005. Yes.
Okay.
The good one.
I
mean,
will have to mention that I have never seen Teen Titans. They did never
it
aired
doesn't matter.
here, so
Yeah, we'll fill you in as we go along if you have questions.
I know the characters sort of. I know that the green one could transform into animals and was kind of a pervert.
Yes.
Yeah,
And
you're not wrong.
That's why I know, because I relate to him.
Of course you do.
Why? Because you have green skin?
No, because I can transform thanks to my shaman powers.
Your shaman powers.
What's the next one?
All right. Is based on My Little Pony.
Okay.
Now, you both have heard of My Little Pony, but have either of you actually seen the show?
Yes. I've seen the first 2 seasons, I think.
All right,
I
Francisco?
have seen a few episodes here and there. I have never seen an entire season, but all the episodes that I've seen were from the first season.
Okay. Which
And-
was, you know what? You're probably better off.
Yeah. And as like Francisco, I've seen a few episodes here and there. They've been primarily from the first or second season. But I know a fair deal about it thanks to the internet.
Of
So-
course. I think you mean thanks to porn.
Yes, of course. You know, I just love to get my rocks off to that My Little Pony porn.
Yeah, I knew you liked Rainbow Dash.
All right, and the last fanfic on my right here is based on Avatar: The Last Airbender, one of the best animated shows out there of all
Not even just
time.
animated.
Yeah,
It's
one
true.
of the best shows of all time.
All right. So, which one do we feel like shitting on the most?
Yes, which one of the childhood should we ruin first?
Well, I am only familiar with one of them, and that I hold quite dear, so I vote on the other 2.
Okay, which one do you hold quite dear? Is it
Avatar.
Is it the My Little Pony?
Yes. Yes,
It
I
definitely
think
is.
I think we all hold My Little Pony close to our hearts.
Yes, near and dear.
It is one of the greatest stories ever told, with some of the greatest characters ever made.
And some of the greatest
You're
animation
talking about the
ever.
fandom, right?
Yes, of course.
Yeah, the MLP fandom is flawless. Yeah.
Fucking flawless. All right, so your vote's either to Teen Titans or My Little Pony.
I say My Little Pony.
My Little Pony?
Yeah.
All right, I'm down for that.
All
I
right.
shall gather up the other ones and throw them somewhere out of reach.
Okay, so today's episode,
Yes. All right.
Princess Twilight's Great Love.
Yep.
This sounds like it's gonna be
Amazing.
full of porn, is what it sounds like.
Well, I would be surprised since it's got a rating of K for kids.
Great love
Oh.
is a euphemism for penis.
Though from
Okay.
this website, I am sure they don't give a shit. So,
Well, we'll see what happens with this.
yep.
All right.
So who's it by?
Yes. The author is Heather Salvatore. Salvatore.
Who fucking
Sounds
knows?
like sounds like it was almost Salvador, but then she decided not
Yeah.
to be ethnic.
Well, Salvtor.
Yes.
I really feel like this name needs another vowel. I
Same.
really do.
I mean, it's probably not a U.S. name. I did look at the author's bio.
Mm-hmm.
There was one sentence written in it.
Okay.
Vampire Diaries for the win.
All right, then.
So you know where this author's coming from now.
All right. Summary. Princess Twilight has had mixed feelings ever since she came back from the other world. She was elated with her achievements, but also missed Flash Sentry. What?
What?
Okay.
How
But-
did it turn into coherent, almost nice speech into word salad so fast?
But also, I can't even begin to understand what it means. But also, she, maybe,
Yeah.
missed Flash Sentry.
Maybe. I don't fucking know.
Um,
it explains what Flash Sentry is
The
next.
Flash Sentry pony is a royal guard.
Oh,
But
boy.
when Flash starts having visions of Twilight and himself in the other world, will he choose love or his duty as a guard? Also, haha, I said duty.
God damn.
Okay. I know this is kind of early in the episode, but I
Yes.
feel like we really need to start doing that right now. If it's a name of a character, use capital letters.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, for the
Yes.
love of God. Yeah, Flash needs to
Any-
be capitalized.
Yes. Any proper name needs a capital letter.
I didn't think I needed to point that out.
But apparently you do.
All right.
And
So
I want to also mention that when I gather these and put them into the document that we're reading from, I do not correct anything. I do not change the formatting. I leave them as is.
as you should, because it's way funnier that way.
Exactly.
Okay, so My Little Pony rated
K for
K
children.
for kids, English, romance / fantasy, Twilight, Sparkle, Flash Sentry.
Those are the characters.
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't even know Flash Sentry was an actual character.
I'm not sure he is.
Well, because under the characters, it only marks the characters that are actually in the show.
No.
So.
All right. So I guess he is. He must have shown up in the later seasons that I did not bother to watch.
Yep. So this will be fun. Us bumbling around like, who the fuck is this?
All right. Who wants to read first?
I'll go ahead and take first read, I guess.
All right.
And then from there, I guess Francisco can go, and then you can go, and we'll go like that until
We both pass out.
yes. And
Chapter 6?
there's seven
Six-
chapters. There's 7 chapters, but only 1,300 words.
Yes.
all right.
There are 7 chapters and only 6 pages. So,
Yep. We can decide how to divide them up as we go.
yep.
That's how you know it's a prolific author.
Yes.
Is when they manage to squeeze more chapters into a book than there are pages.
So they're Stephen
Yeah.
King then.
Yeah, that's fucking true.
I wrote 60 chapters. They're all in one page, but I wrote them.
Yeah, that sounds like Stephen King.
It also sounds like Michael Crichton. Probably Michael
Yes.
Crichton even more so.
Yes,
Yeah.
for sure. All right, Chapter 1, also known as Chapter 1. Chapter 1, disclaimer. I own nothing.
Like nothing at all? That's a
Apparently.
really sad existence. What
How
did you
did
write this on?
Probably
Why
public
do you
library
think
computer.
these authors always feel the need to just tell everyone that they're Buddhist? Like, we get it.
Right? Because, like, every fan fiction always has the I don't own anything.
Yeah, because they're kids and they don't realize that nobody's gonna fucking sue them for writing a fan fiction.
Yeah.
Unless it's Nintendo.
Yeah.
That is true. That's sadly true. I had to think about that for a moment.
All right, go ahead.
All right. So Twilight's POV, and I guess there's multiple characters named Twilight because there's no apostrophe. After I got back from the other world, I had mixed feelings. Although I was elated with my success at my various journeys and accomplishments, I missed the gaze of Flash Sentry. I knew that the Twilight and the Flash Sentry in the other world belonged together, but I felt miserable. The Flash here had no idea who I was.
The Flash.
The Flash.
What?
Fucking Barry Allen showing up already.
Actually, I'm pretty sure that the Flash pony showed up in one episode at one point. Like,
I wouldn't be
maybe that's what
surprised.
this is?
Who the fuck cares?
In my head, it's Derpy.
Yeah.
Oh my god. We're not going to talk about
Dun,
that
dun,
bullshit.
Done. I mean, how did you approach him? Just be cool, be all cool and casual? The Flash here was a royal guard. Luckily, until now, he had been at Princess Celestia's palace. I think this is going to be an indication of my reading skills for this.
Don't worry, we all suck.
Yeah. In more ways than one.
Don't tell them about that.
I just did. Now he was being transported to my palace. As I was thinking about all this, my nerves were getting the best of me, and I was pacing back and forth. My amazing and supportive friends watching me. Twilight Sugar, you need to calm down, said Applejack.
Twilight Sugar? I don't think Applejack has ever called her that.
Doesn't she have like a southern drawl as well?
Yeah.
I'm never
Well-
going to
No,
be able
don't
to
do it.
imitate that.
This was
Y'all-
a few seasons in, so maybe she developed a talking addiction.
No.
I don't know.
I don't think so.
I mean, I'm sure they developed some kind of drug addiction where the show went.
If you count Pinkie Pie's obsession with cake, maybe.
Well, I was talking about the
I'm
creators.
sure
but-
that there's something in that cake. God damn it, there has to be. Nobody is that obsessed with just regular cake.
Really, darling, you're wearing a hole through the lovely floor. Really, darling. So she's really going for the southern, the Texas drawl.
No, but they're writing Applejack like what's her fuck, the rich one?
Right. I don't know.
Whatever her name is. They're writing Applejack like her. So
they've mixed up the characters.
maybe let's continue and find out.
Also, hole is with a W in this case. So I don't know what the fuck that's supposed to mean that she's wearing a hole through the lovely floor. A hole what? A hole what? Hole through the lovely floor, she said sympathetically. I sighed. I know, guys, it's just I can't stop wondering about how I will act around him. Do you worry about how you act around people?
If I have a crush, I guess. I mean, isn't that what's happening right now? She came back from whatever other reality, and now she has a crush on Flash Gordon. I mean,
Yes. Flash Sentry is played by Flash Gordon now.
Yeah, in my head that's true.
You'll be fine, Twilight, said Rainbow.
I'm surprised you didn't call any of this out.
What?
The fucking bizarrely sporadic quotation marks.
Oh,
it's
yeah, I've
really
just
hard
been
to
kind
read.
of
Yeah.
trying to ignore that.
I mean, they put said Applejack in quotation marks.
Holy shit, they did. I know that the quotations are
What?
supposed to be for either side, but they managed to fuck that up.
The quotations start, Twilight Sugar, you need to calm down, close quotations. Said Applejack, period, open quotations. Really, darling,
yeah,
you're
but-
wearing a-
But the way
The
they wrote it,
placement.
there is a space, right?
Oh, yes.
So
yes.
it is
It's
calm
true.
down, space, quote, and then directly said Applejack, period, quote. Space,
It's badly
really,
formatted,
darling.
but it's
Yeah. It's really hard to see what is written there and what's not through this pop filter as I'm reading it, because I got the fucking microphone here as
that
well.
too, but
so.
still.
You'll be fine, Twilight, said Rainbow. My friends have been very supportive during this. They know how I felt. Fucking semicolon!
Whoa, watch it!
That was
Sorry,
that
I
was-
lost my
that was
shit.
fast.
A
Yes,
little-
yes, you did, and you spilled water all over the gear.
It'll be fine. I'm sure it's waterproof.
No, I'm sure it really isn't, actually. Continue.
Continuing on, I could never keep anything from them. Suddenly, there was a knock at the study door. Enter, I said, and in came Flash Sentry. Cliffhanger. Wonder what happens next. Please review. Regards.
Oh, wait. Was that literally her first post? Was that,
Yeah.
basically 2 paragraphs?
Oh yeah.
What do you mean, basically? It is 2 paragraphs.
Well, technically, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but broken up retardedly.
Oh yeah. The one thing that I really hate with this is putting dialogue just in the middle of a paragraph like that.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's something that a lot of these writers do, is they just put dialogue right in the middle of just a paragraph instead of breaking,
Yeah.
and it makes it really hard to read.
Well, like, there's a lot of writers, professional writers, that will do that, but
I mean,
there's a clear distinction
Yeah.
for the people who know how to do it and make it, flow
Yeah,
well when
well,
you're reading it.
You can do it, but you have to, basically, the paragraph that the dialogue is in has to be focused on the character who is speaking.
Yes.
You can't just put
Yeah,
fucking
you're right.
multiple characters in that paragraph talking back and forth.
multiple actions.
That's true.
Yeah,
Yes.
and multiple actions. All right.
And that's the end of chapter 1. Should I go on to chapter 2? Or
Nah, I'll pick up from here.
Francisco
I
would be
thought-
next.
Oh, fine.
Yeah.
You can read this.
And if you can't tell by my outburst, never use a fucking semicolon in writing.
Semicolons have a place, God damn it.
They do, but
I'm not saying that all of these writers don't completely misuse them, but they do have a place.
More on that next.
He's like staring at me all mad.
More on that at 5.
All right. Chapter 2. Chapter 2. Chapter 2.
And yes,
Again,
It says that 3
Disclaimer.
times. It does.
yes.
Yep.
Disclaimer, I know nothing.
you know nothing, Jon Snow.
Flash Sentry's POV.
Hey.
When you have to point out whose perspective you're writing from, you're not writing it right.
Yeah.
That's true. You never see that in a book because
No, you
you're
don't.
supposed to understand it with context clues.
Yes.
That's why they're 4.
I don't actually think I've ever seen a highly regarded book use those. So I know that there have been some books that
ever.
I've read that
I've never seen them in a book.
Even the books that will do that, they won't have like their POV. They will have a chapter that has their name on it.
Yeah. George
Yeah.
Martin does that.
It's slightly more, it's slightly more
Less
organic to the
clumsy?
story.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. All right. As I entered the room in which the Princess Twilight, the new princess of friendship, was, period. All I could think.
Wait, what? As I entered the room in which Princess Twilight, the new princess of friendship, was.
Period. That's called a fragment of a sentence.
And it's also a fucked up sentence.
Yeah.
Why do we need to hear in which Princess Twilight, the princess of friendship,
The new princess of
the
friendship.
new princess of friendship?
How about take off the princess? As I entered the room in which Twilight, the new princess of friendship, was.
Yeah, that works too. Or
God,
just Princess Twilight.
Yeah.
Yeah. All I could think of was quite strange that the Princess Celestius had ordered me to come and guard the new princess, seeing as all the quests she had went on required her to always place herself in harm's way.
It actually says she had went on.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Went
No.
out on.
I saw Princess Twilight. She was really good looking. I mean, even though her brother is one of my good friends, I couldn't help liking the way she looked.
Now, keep in mind, these are animated ponies that we're talking about here.
And she's like, damn, that pony has really nice tits.
Damn, the hooves on that girl.
Yeah.
Princess Twilight? I said and bowed. She looked awkward. She looked awkward. Oh my god, what? She looked awkward. It was so wrong that I found that adorable. Please dispense with the formalities. Flash Sentry, she said.
I think we're
There's
missing
no there's no close parentheses.
Okay.
And I think we're missing a couple periods here.
Yes.
Okay, this is according to what this person wrote, what Twilight said in response. Please dispense with the formalities, Flash Sentry, she said regardlessly, and quickly turned away to look at something. And presumably Flash Sentry called an ambulance because she's having a stroke.
Obviously. Oh, and
Her
her dialogue continues into the next few sentences, so.
No, it's over now, okay? Her friend at the table, Rainbow Dash, I think her name was, snickered.
Oh.
Because it's
There
from
we
his
go.
perspective. I was shocked and wondered what it was about. Surely she would not laugh at her princess.
What?
Surely you jest.
Princess,
God.
I am here on Princess Celestia's request to be your personal guard. Princess Twilight looked shocked. What? I thought you were just coming to guard the palace and not me. And not me only. That was strange. Surely Princess Celestia had informed her? Okay, the lack of commas in this entire chapter is just driving me nuts.
I
Yeah.
think this is going to give me a stroke before we're done, or an aneurysm, one of the two.
It's incredibly hard to read.
Yeah.
Yeah, like...
Oh, there's another
paragraphs-
semicolon.
Probably used improperly, right?
I don't know. I haven't read it.
Okay, it's very impressive that you have an author that inside the same chapter changes POV because now we're in Twilight's POV suddenly, but at the same time has to change POVs within paragraphs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess they
Yeah.
ran out of things to say from that character's perspective. And so they're like, fuck it, we'll go back to the other ones.
Twilight POV. Back to Twilight. Flash Sentry looked perplexed. I guess he didn't know what to make of the
Semicolon.
situation either.
Like, there should just be a period. That's not even like a hard one. Just fucking
Yeah.
period.
Come, let me show you to my chambers, I said. Oh my.
Oh
they're
my.
fucking Ready?
We're only like 5 paragraphs in.
No offense, princess, but isn't that the servant's job? Is it? To go to the room with her?
Sure.
I sighed. I knew I was unconventional. I have no staff. Oh my god.
I have no soul.
Wait,
No.
he doesn't have a staff?
She doesn't have a
He's
staff.
gonna be
So
disappointed.
she needs.
have no-
So she needs a big, strong pony to come to her room with her.
Yeah, she doesn't.
I like where this story's going.
She
no,
needs a staff.
no, he looked really. He really looked shocked. Come, I said.
That's quick.
Led him to his room. Wait, his room?
I thought they were going to her room.
Yes, that's what. No, show me to your chambers. Okay, they were
Oh.
seeing his chambers for some
Okay,
reason.
fine.
Okay.
Wait, why would that be the staff's job, though?
I don't know. I'm not questioning anymore. Come, I said, and led him to his room. If you will excuse me, I have important business to attend, I said. What?
What?
Bye, I guess.
What business?
Show me to your room. Come with me as I showing myself to your room, and then I'll have important business.
Yeah, basically,
What?
let's go to my room, then let's go to your room. Now fuck off.
No,
Yes, princess.
I think what's happening is Flash. No, she said, "I'll show you to your room" to
All right.
Flash,
Yes.
and then
And then
she took him to his room, and then she had to go do something else.
All right, so she dropped Flash
Yes,
Gordon off at his
but
room.
the,
then.
the movement of characters was never established. They're just saying things.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is
They're-
true.
These are just two people saying they're doing things, but they're actually just looking at
standing
each
in the
other.
middle of a room. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is what happens when the drugs kick in too hard.
Yes, princess, but but if I may, ye must talk later. More.
I think that means
Oh,
we.
Jesus Christ. Yes, princess, but if I may, we must talk later more in depth about the security detail. You are a princess, he said. Just thought he would state that.
Again,
I
no
turned my
closed
back-
parentheses.
Yeah.
I turned my back on him and rolled my eyes. Oh boy, tomorrow is going to be long.
No parentheses at all.
Yes, good night, I said, and left quickly.
With the no
Well-
parentheses at all, that's her inner thoughts. So I guess
sorry.
you don't need parentheses for that.
What was this chapter?
Oh, the chapter is
Dude shows
she
up.
showed him to his room.
Yes,
That
and
was
then
the
he
chapter.
came.
That's a chapter.
My turn.
Yes.
Chapter 3. Disclaimer. I own nothing.
I don't own anything, all in caps.
Why is it in caps lock now?
Also, chapter 3, chapter 3, chapter 3.
Twilight's POV.
No, that's all
again.
caps too.
Yep.
So you got to yell that.
Twilight's POV.
That audio, though.
All right. The next morning, I was in my library organizing my books. A knock on the door interrupted my organizing. Spike laughed at my disgruntled face.
All right.
There really should have been a period in there.
There should have been a comma or something. A
Enter,
hyphen.
I said. Flash entered and bowed. Your Highness, I'm sorry to disturb, but if I may, we need to discuss your security, he said. I sighed.
Oh my God,
of
not
course.
Wait, why is I sighed in parentheses?
It's not.
It's not. It's he said.
Why
between
does he said
parentheses,
have a
it's-
parentheses then?
I don't know. Oh wait, no.
Yeah.
God damn it! Wait,
Okay, that looks like a case of a deleted sentence that didn't get deleted.
no,
all the
but
way.
like, there's a fucking period in parentheses too. It's like just a period.
What is this?
So somebody said out loud, and then that was their sentence is.
Did they say it very loudly?
Yes, like
Loud pause.
Princess, it may be beneficial if you had more guards. So I would like to suggest that you allow me to hire some, not only for you, but for the safety of all the artifacts in this place. Artifacts in the palace.
What artifacts?
He said, yeah, I don't remember that being a thing in the show.
You're supposed to. It doesn't matter.
I suppose you're right, I said.
Fanfiction writers believe that introduction and context doesn't matter.
Your Highness, if you would also allow, I would like to suggest that you at least hire a few servants for a cleaning crew to organize your library. Typically, I don't want people messing with my stuff. I will hire people twice a week to clean, but no more than that. He agreed. How did he not know how I felt?
She's questioning it in her head.
Yeah,
Like,
but why?
How does he not know that I like him? Like, that's what's going
No,
Oh,
on.
how did he
'cause-
not know that how I felt about people cleaning my things?
Yeah, because in
Oh.
context, how did he not know I felt is a question to I
Maybe.
don't like people touching my stuff.
I don't fucking know. It could be anything. Like, because
is
this
is she gonna buy the Moulin Rouge?
Yes, because this whole story's been, he doesn't know how I feel about him. He doesn't know I exist.
Yeah.
So that's what I assumed it was, but I guess it wasn't.
Flash POV. Last night had been rough. I had dreams of these strange creatures who looked somehow familiar. What? Last night had been rough. I had.
No, okay, it's supposed to read like this. The
Yes,
comma's wrong, but
It's supposed to read.
last night had been rough. I had dreams of strange creatures who looked somehow familiar. Like, it's technically not wrong. It's just wrong in modern writing.
Well, it's also just really fucking clumsy, and yeah, the punctuation's way off. But I had to focus on my duty. Duty.
God damn it.
Thank you, Princess Twilight. Shall we interview tomorrow? Yes, noon, she said.
Wait,
and
why is
turned
the-
around. I took that as my dismissal and left.
Why
So
is
we're-
the question mark outside of the parentheses?
I don't fucking know. This person has no idea how to use parentheses. You don't
Yes.
you don't understand that by now? What I'm questioning is we literally switched perspective in the middle of the same scene.
Yes. And it's not like it backs up
Well,
and
it
gives his
does-
perspective on the
No.
scene. It just
It
continues.
does say flashage pov, so
No,
flashes
I know
pop.
that, but the point is, why the fuck did we need to switch to his POV in order to
Oh.
finish this?
Yeah.
it's an action scene. It lends action to the scene. It's like, whew, and now we're in his.
Oh,
so it's
transition.
like dynamic.
Anyways.
But that's the end of the
Yes.
the fucking chapter
says,
though. It
"Please
please
review.
review. Regards.
As always. All right, so is it back to me?
Yep.
All right, Chapter 4. Chapter 4. Chapter 4.
Oh,
I own
they
nothing.
actually learned to put dialogue on different lines in this one.
It's like we're witnessing their evolution.
Yes.
All right, disclaimer, I own nothing. And then to Twilight's POV. The next day, I entered the throne room for breakfast and saw Applejack making apple pancakes. Morning, Applejack, I said. She looked up. Morning, Twilight. Do you want some sugar cube?
Wait, she looked up is in parentheses. So somebody
What
said
the
she looked
fuck?
up.
She looked up. Who is this unknown speaker? I'm assuming it's Spike the Dragon.
No. It's like the director is telling her
Oh.
to, what the fuck she
Yeah.
needs to do.
You're supposed to look up. This is the third time we've had to do this. Why can't you get it right?
What's my line? There's no line. Just look up, bitch.
All right. Yes, please, I said. Just then Flash walked in and bowed. Morning, Princess. Good morning, I said to him. Princess, if I may, the interviewees for servants and security are here. Is that how you spell interviewees? Is that even a proper word?
I was thinking
Like-
I don't know that interviewees is a word.
Yeah.
Like candidates would have been a better word.
Yes, the candidates for servants and security are here. Where the fuck was I? Oh, there we are. I felt like dumping my head into my pancakes. She felt like dumping.
Why? What?
I guess she just
'Cause
went
she-
into face plant.
She
into
doesn't want to do the
pancakes
interview.
because-
Okay, I guess.
So she
All right.
wants to dump
Dump
her
her
head
heads into the
pancakes.
pancakes.
All
yeah.
right, here I'll fix the sentence. I felt like dumping into my pancakes.
It would suddenly be a much more interesting story.
Don't frustrate Princess Twilight or she'll start shitting on plates. It's awful.
I would watch
a real
that
problem.
show. Somebody
I would
upsets
too.
Twilight and she just starts shitting all over the place. Oh.
I think we're children inside.
I think we're infants.
You're not wrong. Thank you, Flash. I will be right there. He bowed and left the room. This was going to be annoying. I smiled at Applejack, and she looked at me sympathetically.
Oh,
Okay.
poor you. You get free servants.
Poor you. You have to work for, 1 hour out of your entire year. I headed to the throne room. There was a line all the way out the door. Are people really lining up to be a servant? I assume in a kingdom, you just say, you, peasant, you're a servant.
Also,
Like-
I would like to point out, from what I remember of the show,
Yes.
like, she was or became a princess, like, in air quotes, but that didn't actually mean anything. Like, what was it? Not Luna, Celestia,
Yes.
the queen that they call a princess. It's still the queen. Like,
So it's just like England, then. Okay, there I am. While we interviewed all of them, I saw Flash write. I saw Flash writing down a few things. Odd, I thought. Also, wrong version of writing, and that kind of writing doesn't exist as a word. Because it's spelled RIGHTING.
no, that would be writing a wrong.
Oh, right. Yeah, that is a word then.
But yeah,
my
wrong
dumbass
form
strikes again.
of writing.
Yep. I met a few who wouldn't bother me, and a pony I wouldn't mind hiring to help Rarity get me ready for special occasions, named Glimmer Spark.
Glimmer Spark.
What the fuck kind of name is that, even for My Little Pony?
Capitalize names.
Yes,
Yes.
for the love of God.
Yes. And I don't know why, but I always seem to confuse My Little Pony characters for Adventure Time characters. The naming scheme is very similar in both.
Sure, we'll go with that.
I mean, come on. Princess Bubblegum? Like, you
I
can't
never
tell me.
watched Adventure Time, so I don't know.
Yeah. When we were done, I said to Flash, I think we should meet tomorrow and discuss our findings.
Yes, there was a comma there.
Yep, that's why I paused. I wasn't being stupid that time. It was actually a
No,
reason
I
for
don't
that.
blame you for pausing as much as you do. There's no fucking punctuation.
Yeah. Apparently, somebody says he nodded and I left the throne room. So... I'm not wrong.
the
The fucking
director.
quotation mark is on that. And then
There's not
quotation
an
mark.
end quote, so
Jesus
the
fuck.
rest of this chapter is all being spoken by somebody.
It's the director. He's trying to tell the actor for Twilight what the scene is. All right. And discuss our findings. He nodded and I left the throne room while attending all my royal duties that
Duty.
day.
Oh my god, please stop.
While attending my royal duties that day, I couldn't get him off my mind.
You couldn't get him off?
That might be a problem. I think I don't think he finds you attractive anymore at that
She
point.
just needs to grab his staff. God.
Yes. Because she doesn't have a staff.
And then of course the chapter
Yes.
finishes.
With, thanks to you, please review, I will update tomorrow, regards. And then chapter 5.
Wait. Okay. So, Francisco, you're reading chapter 5. I'm just laughing at the title.
Oh my god, no. Okay, I will read chapter 5.
Yes.
Chapter 5. Note. I will update tomorrow. Regards, give suggestions for an event that brings Twilight closer to Flash. And that's
Regards.
chapter 5.
That's chapter 5, so should I read chapter 6 now?
Go for it.
Chapter 6, otherwise known as chapter 5. Chapter 5, disclaimer, I own nothing. Twilight's POV.
Yay.
all in
Oh,
caps.
God.
Yes.
You have the giant fucking brick of text.
No, it's not that bad. It's
Eh.
only 2 paragraphs.
Well,
We've
I mean,
seen
it's
worse.
all one paragraph, but
Oh, fine, whatever. The next morning, I was in the library early and asked Spike to summon Flash. There was a knock, and I said, "Enter." Flash entered the library. "Good morning, Princess," he bowed. "Please call me Twilight," I said. He nodded his head and then took a seat next to me. Twilight. I was thinking about the guards and have come up with a list of potential candidates. See, they say candidates in this one. I also love how she learned to write dialogue, kinda,
yeah.
and then just went back to doing it the way she was before.
Yeah, I think the author regressed
Yeah.
as a writer.
I looked at the list he handed me. It was pretty much the same as mine. I crossed 2 people off the list and said, something wasn't right with those 2, but good call on the others.
Fucking bitch.
I have a list of servants that I think would be great additions, especially the person I want to put as my full-time lady-in-waiting, Glimmer.
What?
She wants a full-time lady-in-waiting?
Apparently. Well, for Rarity. Wait, which one was
What?
the retard again?
What?
The stupid
All of them.
character. The one who is like mentally deficient.
You're going to have to be more specific.
Damn it.
You could be talking about either Pinkie Pie or Derpy.
I don't fucking know at this point.
No,
Okay, so it's
Derpy's
not
a real
Rarity.
character.
It's
so
not
it's
Rarity.
Pinkie Pie.
Rarity's the rich bitch.
Okay. I thought, I don't know. I thought, because the lady in waiting is for Rarity, and I thought Rarity was the retarded one.
Wait, the lady in waiting is for Rarity?
Yeah, Glimmer. Glimmer Sparks for Rarity.
He's buying her a lady in waiting.
Yes. She's buying her a slave.
No, but when did Rarity come into this?
They mentioned her last time in chapter 4.
No, Rainbow Dash was just sitting at a chair and snickered, and that was her contribution to the story. I think that was it.
What? We're not talking about Rainbow Dash.
I don't think Rarity has been in this.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Yes,
The
yes,
only
here we
other
are.
pony
Here we
I
are.
remember is-
Pony I wouldn't mind hiring to help Rarity get me ready for special occasions, named Glimmer Spark.
Oh.
So Rarity was brought up. I thought Rarity, I literally thought they'd gotten, because I thought Rarity was the stupid one and had gotten her like a teacher to help her be less retarded.
Shit, where was I?
Fucking
It was pretty much the same one.
Lady in Waiting, Glimmer.
The person I want to put as my full-time lady in waiting, Glimmer. He looked over the list and nodded. Very wise choices, Twilight. I looked at him. God damn it. Semicolon. His head was near mine as we were going over the lists. He looked up and then his wings accidentally touched. I thought it said wigs.
Hey, okay, we all know that Flash Sentry is definitely gay at this point, right? All the clues in the story, he's not interested in Twilight, so he must be gay.
Pretty much. He looked up and then his wings accidentally touched mine. And I felt sparkles suddenly. My
sparks.
horn released.
I
Oh, wait.
Did she come?
think so.
His wings touched mine, and I felt sparks. Suddenly, my horn released a sort of pink glow that cleared, and I was seeing visions, and I looked next to me, and Flash was there too, clearly seeing them of the other Twilight and Flash at the park kissing.
What?
Huh, what the fuck?
What?
They're seeing... Okay,
Okay,
their
so she
wings,
came,
their
that's as far as
wings
I know.
touched,
Yes.
and then her horn is projecting visions of them in the park kissing.
Okay.
Of
so-
like the other reality, because there's another reality
Right,
where
yeah.
she and him are together.
Yes. Okay, so as far as I can understand, their wings touched and then she creamed her pants.
By the way, I should point out, I believe this is like season 3 or 4
Oh, boy.
when she gets wings, because she doesn't have them in the first
Yeah,
two
I was gonna
That's what I
ask. I don't
thought.
remember she having wings.
Yeah, no, she gets wings and turns into a princess magically.
Because reasons.
Exactly. Like, that is the
Princesses need
biggest
wings.
example of because reasons. Oh no, I thought my dreams. What?
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 Oh, my dreams.
Like, she's saying my dreams.
Out loud.
Oh no, I thought, my dreams, Flash said, startling me, and suddenly it disappeared, and it was just us.
Oh, Flash was the one saying my dreams.
I guess? In the library, he looked at me, and suddenly we were both up in the air, and we were kissing. He sent sparkles through me.
What?
We pulled away, and I said, "What did you mean, my dreams?"
What?
He looked like he had been jolted and looked away and then ran out of the room. I felt
What?
a pain. Had he dreamed about us or these images from the other world? I shook my head and went to seek solace in my books.
What?
Okay, Carson, you sound. Oh man, what's that? Oh god, what's that reality TV show with like some musicians or whatever who have a really dysfunctional family?
Boondocks?
No,
The
they're
episode
like,
of the Boondocks? Is that what you're talking about?
Are you
No.
talking about the one with Ozzy?
The
Yeah,
Osbournes?
yeah.
Oh,
And he's always like, "What the fuck is this?
Yes,
What the fuck
yes.
is that? What the fuck
Emma-
is?"
So, in conclusion, I am Ozzy Osbourne. That would explain
I
a
would
lot.
agree with that, actually.
That would explain a lot. But read the last lines of
Yes.
your chapter.
Please review. When I get one, I will update again. When I get one.
Review.
Oh, regards. Okay. would
That's one thing I noticed with them. They hold chapters hostage
until they get
behind
reviews.
Yes.
Okay, would you like to read chapter 7 now?
Yes, chapter 7, note 2. Note, I will update tomorrow. Regards. And spoiler alert, they did not update tomorrow. That's the end of it.
That's the end of everything.
And there's only one thing I can do now that we finish this one. I'm going to go kill myself.
Okay, bye. We'll finish off the episode without you.
This was.
He's actually walking away. I don't know where he's going.
Goodbye, Carson.
All right.
right.
So we finished that one.
Okay, so
And
you asked for reviews. You're about to get a review.
and
Let's
I don't
do
think you're
this.
going to like the review.
All right, so to start
Y'all
off,
just haters.
yes.
Yeah,
To start off,
sure.
punctuation is beyond awful, especially holy shit, bitch. Learn to use fucking quotation marks. Oh
Yes.
my god.
That was a fucking problem.
Yes.
Also, dialogue in the middle of just a paragraph
No,
where
not just dialogue.
everything happens.
Back and forth
Yes,
dialogue.
back and forth dialogue in the middle of a paragraph.
Back and forth dialogue that changes direction in one line with no context clues.
Yes.
Yep. So you know what? Not too many misspellings.
Yes.
Honestly.
Yes.
That's true,
This did
yeah.
get 2 reviews though,
Okay.
according to this. I did read the reviews. Typical My Little Pony fans. What will happen next? They're so
my God.
invested.
Yeah.
They're
So.
invested in what? Nothing happened.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
okay, that's what we should state about this story. Is this is a story where nothing happens.
Yes.
Let me
Well, they kiss at the end.
allow me to go over this story.
Yes.
From beginning to end. Flash is assigned to protect Twilight.
Yes.
Then Twilight shows him his room.
Yes.
Then Flash gives her a list of
Servants.
candidates for servants. Then they pick the servants. Then
They kiss.
they kiss because their wings touched. The end.
Yes, and Twilight cleaned her pants.
Yes. So yeah, that's the entire fucking story here, folks. That's the whole thing.
Best love story since Twilight.
God damn it.
That's an old meme.
Anybody have anything else to say about this one?
There's
Learn how to write a chapter. Learn what a chapter is and how many words a chapter should be.
Well, there's no set
There's
like it's
okay. There's
not-
no set
Okay.
amount, but there's an average, and that's I think 2,500 words.
No, I don't subscribe to that. A chapter should not be an average of words. A chapter should be a transition in ideas. So
Yes.
similarly, how you use paragraph breaks to transition from one thing to another, that's what you do with chapters. Also, it's just a bigger transition.
yes, it's a change in setting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That being said, though, like these chapters don't mean anything except okay. You know what these chapters are?
What?
Is when the writer got
She
bored of
stopped.
writing that day.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's very clear because she's always like, I'm gonna keep up tomorrow. I'm gonna keep up tomorrow. I'm gonna keep up tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yep. And she wrote what 5 chapters minus the 2
total?
notes,
Yes.
and
5
then
chapters
just gave
total.
up.
Pretty much. Other than that, I don't really think I have much more to say other than capitalization of proper words.
Yeah, please.
And capitalization not only of proper words, but at the beginning of a sentence.
Yeah, I noticed that a lot too. Capitalize at the beginning of a fucking sentence.
Yes.
Capitalize names. Capitalize proper words.
Yes.
Learn how to use fucking periods.
You learn how to use quotations.
Yes, for the love of God, learn how to
Yes.
use quotations.
It wasn't as bad in this one, but proper use of a semicolon.
Yeah, you know what? If you don't know what a semicolon is for, just
Yes.
don't use a semicolon. Usually you
Exactly.
can get away with another form of punctuation.
Yes. In place of it, use, I guess, like a hyphen or something. Like space, hyphen, space. Like, a lot of writers do that instead.
Yeah, I don't really like that either. Like, most of the time you can just use a fucking period.
Yeah.
And just don't write a fragmented sentence and you won't have to deal with it at all.
Yes, there were quite a few fragmented sentences as well in there for the lack of periods or commas or anything like that.
Yeah.
And there were quite a few run-on sentences.
As far as amateur writers go, I mean, this is the obvious syndrome that I'm assuming we're always going to have in this show is context.
Yes.
Holy cow, we need
Yes.
context.
Yes.
Even if you're talking to an audience that is aware of the lore, is aware of the context of the show, we need context to immerse ourselves into the story. Because in this story, and really all the stories that we will probably read on the show, each sentence is just information. It's just dry. There's no attempt from the author to really draw you in, to really paint the scenery, to really tell you what is happening, or more importantly, how it's happening. It's just this happened, this happened, this happened.
Yeah,
it's a script. It's not a story.
There's not even just that they don't explain how. They don't even fucking bother to explain why.
Yeah.
It's just shit happening with no context, no surroundings. Like, they didn't even bother to, mention any of the physical characteristics of the characters.
Yes, the environment.
The environment, nothing. They just say she's in a library. I've seen the show. I know what that means.
Yeah, but
to
to anyone
even
else,
still,
what does a library look like?
Even still, though, do the extra work and just describe the fucking library.
Yeah.
It's
Okay,
going
let's say-
to help immerse you into the story, even if you're already familiar with the show.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. You don't even have to describe the library. You could describe how she feels about the library, how she feels in that moment because she's in the library.
Yeah.
That is a very important context.
Is she happy to be in the library sorting books, knowing Twilight? Yeah, so talk about
Explain
that.
that. Explain that she's using it to distract herself from the duties that she doesn't want to do. How she feels about what she's doing and what things mean to the characters is important information for the reader.
Yes, especially since you're in the POV of a character, put us in the headspace of that character. Where they are, what they're doing, how do they feel about all that, what's going on in their mind. Because there's one transition we definitely pointed out where it went from Twilight's POV to Flash's POV for no fucking reason. It doesn't tell you about how he felt in relation to that. It just continued the very generic description of what was going on and ended the scene.
And not to mention narrators. Like, it says, Twilight's POV and Flash's POV, but then within those, it can't decide if it wants to be first person or close third.
Yeah.
It keeps
That actually
bouncing out.
reminds me. Sorry, that actually reminds me of another thing that has to do with this. Even if that character thought the words "what the hell," that doesn't mean that's necessarily what you should write directly.
Yeah.
You can describe that feeling, and especially when you have this format, it's really confusing to see what is being said and what is being thought, because we kept stumbling over that. There's no need to literally write "she thought what the hell." You can write "she was confused, she was perplexed, there was an awkward moment, it was an awkward silence."
You don't even have to describe, like, she felt. You can literally just describe the look on her face.
Yes.
Exactly.
There are so many different ways to get that across without just internalizing what the hell.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's very important, and especially since you're taking a visual medium and turning it into a read medium, you really need to describe what's going on with the characters.
Yeah.
with those facial expressions. You need to describe those. You need to describe their...
Yeah, there's not even an attempt anywhere in
Yeah.
this story to describe facial expressions or body language or anything. Yeah.
Not even tone.
No, not even tone. So, that's all I got for this one.
I think that's about what I've got. I could go ahead and nitpick the shit out of the story, but it's not worth it.
I think,
So-
all things considered, we actually had a much better conversation about this than I thought we would.
Yeah.
Because
Reading a My Little Pony fan
Well, this
fiction.
story is nothingness. There's nothing in it.
Yeah.
It's not even particularly funny in like a bad writing way. It's
No.
just sort of dull and nothing happens. All that being said,
Oh, yeah.
And that is the story.
Yep, that...
yes, I just threw those pieces of ripped paper all over the room. Yeah.
They're going to stay there. These are going to pile up.
We can end each episode and turn it into an ASMR video.
Yes.
Oh, for the love of... Please, no.
So...
No. Get away from the microphone! I will kill you.
So today we're
No.
We're going
done.
to wrap this
We're
up.
done.
We're done.
Now,
All right.
this has been the first episode of Welcome to the Fickiverse.
It's been a very fascinating one.
Yeah, we hope you'll join us on future trips into the Fickiverse, where we hopefully find way funnier and more confusing stories that will blow our minds.
Or something that's actually a good read.
Yeah. Or I'm open to something actually being good, and if
Yes.
it is, we'll talk about it. But something tells me it's going to be a long fucking time before we find that story.
Long journey.
So, that's all I've got to say.
Yep. Thank you for joining us. We will see you next time.
In the Fickiverse.
Goodbye, guys.